wait on you to give me the cue. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Police Chief Katrina Thompson, and on behalf of the women and men of the Winston-Salem Police Department, I want to thank you all for coming out to support our 23 hard-working women and men who work for the Winston-Salem Police Department on this day as their promotion is being recognized. Before we begin, I want to take this opportunity to recognize everyone here to help us celebrate family members who I know are so proud of their loved ones. I want to also take this time to recognize and acknowledge Councilmember Dan Bessie, who's here to support us as we move forward with this ceremony. You will hear from Councilmember Bessie should he decide to speak to the group at the end of the ceremony. This is a different ceremony than what we're used to due to the pandemic, but recognizing these promotees is still very important to us, and we want to make sure that they are honored appropriately. When the individual's name is called, they will come forward and their family member is invited to come in and watch. For those of you watching, this is on the city's channel. Please bear with us as we work our way through this virtual ceremony, which is a very different process than what we are accustomed to. Before we get started, I'd like to turn your attention to the comments from Mayor Pro Tem Adams.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dee Dee Adams, Council Member of the North Ward and Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Winston-Salem, wanting to congratulate our 18 officers sworn and our 5 non-sworn officers. Every day we depend upon you to make our lives better, our families, and our community. So with that, again, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Denise Adams. We appreciate it. Our first promotee, Captain Jose Manny Gomez. Captain Gomez joined the Winston-Salem Police Department in January 1999. Captain Gomez began his career with the Winston-Salem Police Department as a police cadet while he attended Forsyth Tech Community College. He completed the Winston-Salem Police Department's Basic Law Enforcement Training Class 46. Captain Gomez has served in the Field Services Bureau Patrol Division, Foot Patrol Units, and Special Operations Division. While assigned to the Special Operations Division, Captain Gomez served with the Street Crimes Unit and the Special Weapons and Tactics, better known as the SWAT team. In 2014, Captain Gomez was named the SWAT Element 3 Team Leader. Additionally, Captain Gomez served with the Investigative Services Bureau while he was assigned to the Special Investigations Division and the Criminal Investigations Division, also serving in the Vice and Narcotics and Criminal Investigations Divisions. Captain Gomez has also served in the Office of the Chief of Police as a Professional Standards Division Sergeant/Investigator and as the staff liaison for the Chief of Police. Captain Gomez possesses an associate's degree of applied science in criminal justice from Forsyth Tech Community College, a bachelor's of science in criminal justice from Gardner-Webb University, and a master's of public administration from Appalachian State University. Go App! Captain Gomez is a 2018 graduate of the North Carolina State Administrative Officers Management Program. He was awarded the North Carolina Criminal Justice Education and Training Standards Commission Advanced Law Enforcement Certificate and the Winston-Salem Police Department's Officer of the Month. Captain Gomez is from Brownville, Texas. He is married to wife Meredith, and they have 2 sons, Brian and James. They are active members of River Oaks Community Church in Clemmons, North Carolina. Since his promotion, Captain Gomez was assigned as the commander of the Professional Standards Division. At this time, we'd like to recognize Captain Gomez's family, wife Meredith. Thank you for being here and for your support. Congratulations. Seems strange not to be able to shake hands or hug as we're accustomed to doing. Lieutenant Jeff Azar. Hey. Lieutenant Jeff Azar has served with the department for over 20 years. During his career with the department, Lieutenant Azar has served as a police officer, foot patrol officer, gang unit officer, SWAT officer, and corporal, patrol sergeant, and most recently as the SWAT sergeant. Lieutenant Azar is a subject control and arrest techniques instructor, as well as a field force operations instructor. Lieutenant Azar earned his bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Plattsburgh State University of New York in 1996. Lieutenant Azar has been married to his wife, Jacqueline Azar, for 20 years. They have 2 sons, Anthony and Nicholas. Lieutenant Azar is currently serving in the Patrol Division as the lieutenant on Platoon 5 in District 3. We'd like to take this time to recognize Lieutenant Azar's family.
At home working.
We're all his family. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lieutenant George Jenkins. Lieutenant George Jenkins has been with the Winston-Salem Police Department since January of 2005. He grew up in Kinston, North Carolina, and attended Kinston High School. His senior year in high school, he received the North Carolina Police Corps Scholarship, and upon graduation in 2000, he attended North Carolina State University. In 2004, Lieutenant Jenkins graduated with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Bachelor's of Arts degree in sociology, and then attended basic law enforcement training in Salemburg at the North Carolina Justice Academy. Upon graduation from BLET, he was inserted into Class 52 of the Winston-Salem Police Department Police Academy. During his time at the Winston-Salem Police Department, Lieutenant Jenkins has served as patrol officer, gang unit investigator, and task force officer on the FBI's Safe Streets and Joint Terrorism Task Forces. Lieutenant Jenkins most recently served as midnight shift patrol sergeant. Lieutenant Jenkins received his Master's of Public Administration from Appalachian State University in 2014, Go App, and is currently enrolled in the Administrative Officers Management Program at North Carolina State University. Lieutenant Jenkins has been married to his beautiful wife, Andrea, for 13 years, and they have 2 daughters, Gabrielle, 9, and Aubrey, 6. Lieutenant Jenkins will serve in the Patrol Division on Platoon 6 as a midnight shift field commander. We'd like to take this time to recognize Lieutenant Jenkins's family, his wife there in the back. Thank you for your support. Congratulations, Lieutenant. Lieutenant Crystal Pritchard. Lieutenant Crystal S. Pritchard has served with the department for over 15 years. She grew up in Lincolnton, North Carolina, where she graduated from Lincolnton High School in 1999 and earned her bachelor's degree in biology from Western Carolina University in 2003. Lieutenant Pritchard joined the police department in August of 2004, and during her career, Lieutenant Pritchard has served in the patrol division as a member of the street crimes unit, in the criminal investigations division as a special victims detective, and most recently as sergeant in the professional standards division. She also served the agency on the redeployment committee. In addition to this, Lieutenant Pritchard serves as one of the department's general and use of force instructors, as well as serving on the North Carolina Internal Affairs Investigative Association as the board-elect secretary. Lieutenant Pritchard is married to our very own Sergeant Jeremy Pritchard, and together they have 2 children, their 6-year-old daughter Addie and 3-year-old son JJ. We'd like to take this time to thank and recognize Lieutenant Pritchard's family. Thank you all for being here. Lieutenant Pritchard, congratulations. At this time, I'd like to turn the next section of the promotional ceremony over to Assistant Chief Natasha Miles.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to stand before you to recognize the next group of promotees. Sgt Josh Caffey. Sgt Joshua D. Caffey has served with the department for 15 years. He grew up in Forsyth County and joined the Winston-Salem Police Department in 2005. During his career with the department, Sgt Caffey has served as a patrol officer, Special Operations Division as a K-9 handler, and most recently Patrol Corporal. Sgt Caffey will serve in the Patrol Division on Squad 262. We'd like to recognize and thank the family of Sgt Caffey. Thank you. Congratulations. Sgt Patrick Davenport. Sgt Davenport has been with the Winston-Salem Police Department for 18 years. Sgt Davenport graduated from Rice High School in Harlem, New York. He served on patrol for 12 years and in the Special Investigations Division for 6 years. He is currently the sergeant over Squad 162 Midnight Shift and was promoted out of the Vice Narcotics Unit. Sgt Davenport has participated in many community sporting events during his career where the police department competes against the citizens of Winston-Salem. Sgt Davenport has attended St. Augustine's College, Forsyth Tech Community College, and is currently enrolled in Western Carolina University to further his education. He is from Bronx, New York, and is an avid mountain rider. He has a 14-year-old son, Micaiah Davenport. Sgt Davenport believes in maintaining a healthy lifestyle in his old age and tries to limit his processed food intake. And I think it's important for you to know that his favorite beverage choice is beet juice. Congratulations, Sgt Davenport. I'd like to recognize the family of Sgt Davenport. Family and friends. Thank you. Sgt Sheena Nelson. Sgt Sheena Nelson has served with the department for over 16 years. She grew up in Stokes County, North Carolina, and graduated from South Stokes High School in 2002. She joined the Winston-Salem Police Department in August of 2004. During her career with the department, she has served as a forensic services technician, patrol officer, school resource officer, patrol corporal, recruiting corporal, and general instructor. Sgt Nelson earned an associate's degree in criminal justice from Forsyth Technical Community College in 2004 and will obtain her bachelor's of science in criminal justice from the University of North Carolina at Pembroke in the spring of 2021. Sgt Nelson has been married to her husband, Richard Thacker, for 8 years. They have a beautiful daughter, Peyton. Sgt Nelson is very appreciative of her family, including her father, David Nelson, for their continued support. Sgt Nelson will serve in the Patrol Division as Sergeant on Platoon 3 in District 3. We'd like to recognize the family and friends of Sgt Nelson. Thank you. Congratulations, Sheena. Sgt Joshua Sheets. Sgt Joshua Sheets was born and raised in West Virginia, where he graduated from Doddridge County High School in 2002. He attended Morehead State University and graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology in 2006. In 2007, he joined the ranks of the men and women in law enforcement when he graduated from the Winston-Salem Police Department BLET Academy, Class 56. Sergeant Sheets began his career as an officer in Patrol Division. In 2011, he was selected to join the Traffic Enforcement Unit, where he served as a motorcycle officer and traffic crash reconstructionist for 3 years. As a corporal, he served in the Patrol Division until again transferring back to the Traffic Enforcement Unit, where he has served for the past 4 years. During his 13-year career, Sergeant Sheets has served as a general instructor for WSPD BLET Academy, as well as the police motorcycle instructor, physical fitness instructor, radar instructor, and he has recently been appointed to the position of regional coordinator for the Bike Safe NC program sponsored by North Carolina Governor's Highway Safety Program. Sergeant Sheets has been married to his beautiful wife, Alicia, for 14 years. They have 2 children, Genevieve, who is 9, and Ivan, who is 6 years old. Sergeant Sheets will serve in the Patrol Division in District 1 as the Sergeant of Squad 142. We'd like to recognize his friends and family at this time. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations, Sergeant Sheets. And at this time, I'll turn the lectern over to Assistant Chief William Penn.
Good afternoon. I want to thank everybody for joining us on this day of celebration. So we'll begin with Sgt Laurenville. Sgt Lauren Angelaville has served with the Winston-Salem Police Department for 9 years. She grew up in Clemens, North Carolina, and graduated from West Forsyth High School in 2006. She attended East Carolina University and received her Bachelor's of Science degree in Criminal Justice. In 2010, she attended the University of Cincinnati and received her Master's degree, Master's of Science in Criminal Justice and Law Enforcement. While completing her master's degree, Sgt Ville was accepted into the Police Academy with Winston-Salem Police Department in 2011. During her career with the police department, Sgt Ville served as a patrol officer, an officer with District 3 Street Crimes Unit, a patrol corporal, and a detective with our Criminal Investigations Division Violent Firearms, better known as VFIT. Sgt Ville received a life-saving award in 2016 with other officers when she assisted in stopping a woman from taking her own life. Sgt Ville also received her Advanced Law Enforcement Certificate in 2016. Sgt Ville will serve in the Patrol Division as a sergeant on Platoon 2 in District 3. This time I'd like to recognize family and friends of Sgt Ville. Thank you for being here, and congratulations, Sgt Ville. Sgt David Walsh. Sergeant Walsh has been with the Winston-Salem Police Department for over 25 years. He grew up in Enfield, Connecticut, and after high school he spent the next 2 years attending community college while working full-time in the restaurant industry. In 1991, Sergeant Walsh moved to North Carolina to attend Western Carolina University. He graduated in May of '94 with the Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice. 3 months later, he made his appearance at the Winston-Salem Police Department's recruit class, Class 35. Sgt. Walsh has spent the entirety of his career within the Field Service Bureau, serving as a patrol officer until October 2006, when he was promoted to corporal. As a patrol corporal, he has served as a field training officer for dozens of rookie officers and spent 6 years assigned to the Downtown Bike Patrol. Sergeant Walsh earned his State of North Carolina Advanced Law Enforcement Certificate in May 2002. He's a 2005 recipient of the Rufus Dalton Award. Sergeant Walsh and his wife Lane have been married 24 years. Their daughter Bailey is a senior at UNC Wilmington, and their son Connor is in his first year at Davidson County Community College. Sergeant Walsh serves as an evening shift supervisor in District 2, Zone 2, on Patrol Squad 222. Any family and friends of Sergeant Walsh we can recognize? Thank you for being here. Congratulations, Sergeant Walsh. Sgt Randall White. Sgt Randall White has served with the department for over 8 years. He grew up here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and graduated with honors from Parkland High School in 2008. He then attended Winston-Salem State University, go Rams, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in Justice Studies in 2012. During his last 2 years of his undergraduate career, he obtained the HBCU Justice Studies Scholarship, which led him to the Police Academy. That Justice Studies Scholarship is provided by the Winston-Salem Police Department. That's my shameless plug. During his career with the police department, Sergeant White has served as a patrol officer, school resource officer, a patrol captain, and a corporal in the school resource officer unit. Sergeant White was chosen to be the face of the WSSU WSPD Scholarship Billboard that overlooked US 421 that assisted in bringing future applicants to the department. Sergeant White was also selected as one of 12 officers in the nation for the U.S. Department of Justice Community Policing and Action Photo Contest. Sergeant White has been married to his amazing and gorgeous bride, Ashley White, for over 5 years. And I think it needs to be said that he wrote that, because I want him to get credit for that. They also have one energetic and handsome son named Elijah White. Sergeant White will serve in the patrol division as a sergeant on Platoon 3 in District 3. At this time, I'd like to recognize family and friends of Sergeant White. Thank you for being here. Congratulations, Sergeant White. Corporal Jacqueline Guest. Corporal Guest has served with the department for over 8 years. She grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina, and graduated from Appalachian State University.
Go App!
With a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. During her career with the department, Corporal Guest has served as a patrol officer, a member of District 3 Street Crimes Unit, and is a member of the Peer Support Group and a field training officer. Corporal Guest has been married to her husband, Sean Guest, for 6 years. They have one child, Walker, who is 2.5 years old. Corporal Guest will serve in the patrol division as the corporal for Squad 122. I'd like to recognize family and friends for Corporal Guest. Right here? Oh, I'm one. Yeah, all right. With that said, congratulations. Corporal Benjamin Harrison. Corporal Benjamin Harrison has served with the department since 2012. He grew up in Pinnacle, North Carolina, and graduated from West Oaks High School. He then attended Surrey Community College before transferring to East Carolina University. He completed an associate in arts and a bachelor's in science from those respective educational facilities. Corporal Harrison has been in patrol for 8 years. For the past year, he's also been assisting with the Winston-Salem Police Department's Explorers Program. Corporal Harrison has been married to his wife, Whitney Harrison, for 8 years, and they have 2 daughters, Marcina and Adeline. Corporal Harrison has been working with the 232 since February as their corporal. At this time, I'd like to recognize family and friends of Corporal Harrison. Thank you for being here. Congratulations, Corporal Harrison. This time I'll turn it over to Chief Weaver.
Good afternoon, and thank you again for joining us. And let me start off by giving a shameless plug for my university. Go App State! Corporal Tanya has served with the Winston-Salem Police Department for 11 years. She is from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and in 2005, she moved to Winston-Salem to attend Winston-Salem State University. She majored in political science with a concentration in public administration. She received her bachelor's degree in May of 2009, and she received her Master of Divinity degree with emphasis in social justice from Wake Forest University this past August. Corporal Purdy worked the midnight shift while attending the rigorous full-time program during the day and for the entirety of her Master of Divinity degree program. During her career with our agency, Corporal Purdy served in the Patrol Division and in the Educational Services Unit as a school resource officer. She assists with recruiting efforts by serving as a field recruiter for our agency. Corporal Purdy values community policing and has served as a basketball coach with a WSPD-sponsored team for youth ages 9 to 11 at the William R. Anderson Recreation Center on Reynolds Park Road. Corporal Purdy has received awards such as the Chiefs Award and an Above and Beyond Award due to her work in the community. Corporal Purdy looks forward to continuing being a mentor to children in our community. She has 2 children, Zion, age 13, and Elijah, age 8. Corporal Purdy is assigned to Patrol Division, District 1, Squad 121. Thank you. We'd like to recognize any family and friends that are here, both virtually and in person. We appreciate your attendance. Thank you. Congratulations. Corporal Sean Wagner. Corporal Sean Wagner has served with the Winston-Salem Police Department for 7 years. He grew up in Yadkin County and graduated from Forbush High School in 2007. He attended the University of North Carolina at Charlotte until 2012, and in June of 2013, he joined the Winston-Salem Police Department. Corporal Wagner has served 3 years at the Patrol Division and was selected to be a member of the District 3 Street Crimes Unit. He was a member of the Street Crimes Unit for 3.5 years, and his unit received a unit commendation in 2 of those years. In January of 2018, Corporal Wagner was selected to be a member of our department's SWAT team, and he remains an active member of that team. Corporal Wagner is in his final semester at Western Carolina University and will complete his Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice in December. Corporal Wagner is the proud father to his son Liam, who is 7 years old. He will serve in the Patrol Division as a corporal for District 1. Congratulations. We'd like to thank any family members, both here virtually or in person. Public Safety Communications Training Coordinator, Martha Hicks. Public Safety Communications Training Coordinator Martha Hicks began her employment with the Winston-Salem Police Department in 2007 as a public safety communications operator, a 911 operator. In 2009, she was promoted to the rank of Senior Public Safety Communications Operator, and in 2012, due to her hard work and dedication to training, she was appointed as the Communications Division Lead Trainer. With this promotion, she's formally recognized as the Public Safety Communications Training Coordinator for Winston-Salem's 911 Center. Training Coordinator Hicks is dedicated to our city, and in her spare time, she enjoys reading, playing cards, and watching movies. Congratulations. And we'd like to thank any family members that are here either in person or virtually. Thank you. Forensic Services Division Supervisor Erin Warren. Forensic Services Division Supervisor Erin Warren has been employed with the Winston-Salem Police Department for 13 years. She was a member of our Major Crime Response Team from its creation in 2010 until 2014. She's graduated from the National Forensics Academy in Knoxville, Tennessee in 2012, and she has been certified as a crime scene investigator by the International Association for Identification since 2012. She was promoted to Forensic Services Squad Supervisor in February of 2017, and she was promoted to Forensic Services Division Assistant Supervisor on October 17th of 2019. And now she's formally recognized as the Forensic Services Division Supervisor, which has occurred in 2020. Supervisor Warren is your CSI. She's married to Gavin Warren, and they have two 4-year-old dogs named Rowdy and Marty. I'd like to thank any family members that are here personally, as well as those that are with us virtually. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And Forensic Squad Supervisor Samantha A. Story. Forensic Services Squad Supervisor Samantha Story, that's a bunch of S's, began her career as a forensic services technician in November of 2016. From 2016 to 2020, she worked as a forensic services technician where she developed her skills and experience. In 2019, she took on the role of an acting supervisor and a field training officer and began training other forensic services technicians in assisting with their development. She is now being formally promoted to squad supervisor for our Forensic Services Division. She was born and raised in Burlington, North Carolina, and fell in love with Winston-Salem while attending Salem College. She holds Bachelor of Arts degrees in both chemistry and criminal studies from Salem College, and she graduated with honors in criminal studies in 2015 from Salem College. I'd like to thank any family members that are present as well as here virtually. Congratulations. And I shall turn the microphone back over to Chief of Police Katrina Thompson. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we give a round of applause one more time to all of our promotees? I want to take this time to recognize 3 of our employees who were promoted but were unable to be here today. I ask that you bear with me as I read through their information here. And I think I said 3, but I believe there are 5. Sergeant James Gerald has served the department since 2008. He has been assigned to patrol street crimes, the traffic enforcement unit, as the use of force and physical fitness coordinator. He's also been assigned to the Violent Firearms Investigative Team, and then was recently assigned to patrol for a second stint, which is where he will be and remain after his promotion on Squad 251. He is a graduate of the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and he lives in Pofftown with his wife and 2 daughters. Sergeant Jennifer Doby has served with the Winston-Salem Police Department for 20 years. She holds a bachelor's degree in sociology, a master's degree in public administration, and I know it's from Appalachian State, so I'll just say, go App, and is a candidate for a master's degree in criminal justice in 2021. During her career with the department, Sergeant Doby has served as a patrol officer, Super Kids officer, Special Victims Unit detective, and a general instructor. She is the proud mother of Emily Doby, who is currently a freshman at Appalachian State University. Sergeant Doby will serve in the patrol division as the sergeant for Platoon 3, District 3, Zone 2. Corporal William Todd Burge. Corporal Burge has served the department for a total of 23 years. He's been assigned to patrol, foot patrol, and crime prevention and community resources unit. Since his promotion, he has been assigned to Squad 231 in patrol. He's a graduate of Appalachian State University and lives in Clemens with his wife and 2 sons. Senior Crime Analyst Brianne Futalk has served the department since 2017. She has been assigned to the Crime Analyst Unit with a specific focus in assisting the Special Operations Division, which is where she will remain after her promotion. She is a graduate of the University of New Haven and lives in Rural Hall with her fiance and their 3 dogs. And Senior Crime Analyst Nikki Tamer. Senior Crime Analyst Tamer has served the Winston-Salem Police Department since 2017. She has been assigned to the Crime Analyst Unit where she will remain after her promotion. She attended the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, and graduated from Appalachian State University in 2016. Nikki grew up in Apex and Asheville, North Carolina, but always had a deep family roots in Winston-Salem. Nikki is thrilled to be living here now and serving a community that has meant so much to her family. Again, congratulations to them all. I'd like to take this time to ask Council Member of the Southwest Ward, Dan Bessie, to please step forward and address us, please.
See if I can maneuver this now. Thank you, Chief. And it's a privilege to be able to stand in front of you and congratulate you and your colleagues for the recognitions and promotions that you received today. They are all well-deserved, and we thank you, all of us on the City Council and the Mayor and in City Management, for everything that you do. Normally, I would be just one of many of the council members and senior management who were here, but as we know, the COVID pandemic has changed every way that we have to operate. Normally, if I had tried to enter a public safety center wearing a mask, in most times I would have been swiftly confined. And I would like just on a couple of personal notes to mention that I will have to let my wife Daisy know, Chief, that like her, Lieutenant Davenport is both from the Bronx, and that's the Bronx, by the way, not Bronx, and is a fan of healthy food, and perhaps he can swap recipes for the beet juice. And as well, I'll have to let my 90-year-old mom, who is still with us, and who was a graduate when I was old enough to remember her being in school from what was then Appalachian State Teachers College, that her alma mater came in for a great deal of love today at the ceremony. Beyond that, while I would normally be saying thank you very much for all you do to keep us safe from the citizens of the Southwest Ward, I and the Mayor Pro Tem will stand in today for all of our colleagues and say thank you on behalf of all the citizens of our community. Because we know that not only are you dealing with the usual risks and challenges of one of the toughest jobs in the world, but you're also dealing with a series of cascading crises from the rising gun violence that we're dealing with in communities all across the nation, to the unprecedented worst epidemic in America in over a century that has all wearing masks and having to exercise precautions against an invisible enemy, as well as the usual risks of daily life, to the fact that it's all happening in a presidential election year, and you have hordes of politicians roaming the streets, and you have that extra challenge as well. Thank you very much for being one of the rare people, each of you, to our meeting these challenges as a member of our police force. Keeping all our neighborhoods safe is a high and difficult calling, and we all want to say thank you for doing it every day and every evening. Take care.
And I'd like to say thank you, Councilmember Bessie, Mayor Pro Tem Adams, and all of our elected officials, Mayor Allen Joines, and our Public Safety Chair, James Taylor, and all of the members of our council for their constant support of the women and men of the Winston-Salem Police Department. I'd also like to take this time to thank our senior management in city government, our city manager, Mr. Lee Garrity, and his team, particularly Tasha Logan Ford, our assistant city manager, who is directly responsible for overseeing the inner workings of the Winston-Salem Police Department. At this time, I'd like to just recognize the support that since 2015, our agency has received from our own Winston-Salem Police Foundation. The plaques that you saw all of our promotees receiving today was a token of appreciation presented to us by our Winston-Salem Police Foundation. That, along with many other things throughout the year they've done to show support to us and to help us accomplish our goal of strengthening our relationships with members of our community in building trust and legitimacy. Before I close, I'd like to take the time to thank members of my command staff. And again, as Councilmember Bessie has mentioned, COVID-19 has presented some very unusual challenges to us all. I want to say that we've been able to continue to move forward and to provide the services that this community expects and deserves from us. And though I sit at the head of this agency, and it is my absolute privilege to hold that position, I could not get it done without the amazing team that surrounds me. So I'd like to take this time to recognize, sitting in the back, Captain Renee Melly. She's our captain over District 2. Captain Rick Newnham, he is our District 1 captain. You have seen Assistant Chief Natasha Miles, Assistant Chief William Penn, Assistant Chief Wilson Weaver, and our newly promoted captain, who we will be putting to work. No, he's been working. Captain Gomez, Manny Gomez. My final thought. You all wear this badge, and you've gotten here because you've worked so hard and you've earned it. Understand that the obligations that are put upon us continues. Your obligations have just been increased. It is our expectation and my full belief that you will live up to those obligations. Continue to do the work of serving this community and making this agency and this city proud that you're out there. Thank you all. And thank everyone for coming, whether it was virtually or in person, and joining us and supporting us here today. Please enjoy the refreshments just outside here and have a safe and travel well as you go to your journeys. Thank you.